Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's pick a card reading, I am asking Spirit, what do they want you to know today? In order to speak to Spirit, I've broken the message into 3 readings. So pile number 1 is the Ace of Vessels, and I have chosen the Turtle Charm. And for pile number 2, we have chosen what came out. The spirits chose was the Seer with the Owl charm. Okay. And pile number 3 is the Forest Lovers with the funny egg charm. So take some time to look at the cards and the charms and see if any of them resonate with you. If they do, please forward to the appropriate reading with the timestamps below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. You have chosen the Ace of Vessels card, the Water of Life, with the cute little turtle. I'm going to tuck him in here. And today's question to Spirit is, what does Spirit want you to know? You know what? I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to put him up here. I'm on center stage climbing the rock. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know? I'm seeing a lot in this card, but I am going to draw cards first before I start commenting, because there is a lot going on here, and I don't want to just randomly make guesses. Let's draw some cards from this deck. This is a special deck that's actually made by a lady on Etsy, and I will try to find the link and post it in the description. But it's like, I forget what she calls it, but you'll see it when I pull it. But each card has a lot of information. It's the Rider-Waite deck, but each card has a lot of extra information around the border, which I just love. I think it's fantastic. I've had this for a long time, and I don't use it very often. But I have decided, I love the feel of the cards too, so I've decided I'm going to use it today. So let's start with that. But first, actually, you know what? My whole deck just fell over, and so I think I'm meant to pull more cards. So Spirit wants me to draw more cards, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay. And then I want to do one oracle card before we get started. You know, I love my archetype deck here. Maybe. One thing I don't like is they stick together, but that's okay. So, vision. Wow, I had that one recently, but apparently we're going to have it again. I'm going to put it up here. Okay. And let's look at our cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune card. You have strength and new beginnings. The cycle restarts. The Five of Pentacles. Life is hard right now. Look around. Help is at hand. The Two of Swords. Listen to your inner voice when making choices. The Empress. Be happy with the results of your actions. Wow. The Nine of Swords. Worrying changes nothing. Decide your next step. The Lovers. Celebrate the love in your life. And the Four of Swords. Squeeze it in over here since Spirit wanted us to draw more cards. And my cat is scratching the scratching post next to me. Sorry about that. All right, let me take a look here. The first thing I see is the very first 2 cards is about a new cycle. So the Ace of Vessels, the Ace of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune is both about new cycles in your life. So what does Spirit want you to know? I think it's time for something new. You have been going through quite the hardship with the Five of Pentacles here. Oh, and here comes my cat. I'm sorry. Look what you did. Ah. Yeah, I think you've been shook up, just like my whole deck was shook up. Can you get down, please? Thank you. Ah, sorry about that. I think you've been shook up and you've been doing a lot of worrying. But what I'm struck by is the twos in this reading. So you have the two owls and the two hands and the two lovers and the two swords. And if you look here, this is split in half. So there are two sides of this. I think what Spirit wants you to know first and foremost is that it's time for a new beginning, but to not forget that you are not alone. Now, I don't know if this means that you are alone, and because like here it shows you laying down by yourself taking a rest. So I think you have been taking a lot of time to spending a lot of time worrying and ruminating about something. I think you have a vision of something bad happening. Oh yeah, there's two hands up here too. So I think you have a vision of something bad happening, and maybe it's financial. But they want you to not forget that you are not alone, that you are the empress. At the end of the day, you are the empress and you own this. And to be happy, they want you to be happy with the results. They want you to be happy with the outcome. But you do need a new energy. You do need a new outcome. But they don't want you to forget that you're never alone. You have two sets of hands, because if you see here, it's kind of a little bit dark. I'm doing this in the evening. But you have hands here and hands here, and they're holding you. They're holding your hand. The spirits are holding your hand through this. So this vision that you have of the catastrophe that could happen is worrying you immensely. But they want you to know that you are not alone. And they want you to know that, not forget that you are the empress. Okay? You are amazing. If you look at this, it says beauty, happiness, pleasure, success. You are the empress. Don't ever forget at the end of the day that you are the empress. When you forget that, when you are in troubled times, don't forget that you're the empress. Okay? And that they are there for you. So let's see if they have any additional information for you. Whoa, that flew right out of there. The eight of cups. Woo. The Eight of Cups. Yeah. You need to see this. Make your decision and take action. It is time for you to go on your new merry way, and it is time for you to take action. And let's see if Spirit wants us to know, what is this action? Is this an action regarding your work, action regarding your home, action regarding your love life? Whoa. Okay, we have the Strength card. You don't know your own strength until it's tested. So you have been tested. Life is hard. Life is hard. You have been tested. But again, don't forget, you are the empress. Okay? And we have this other one that popped out of the deck here is the Seven of Pentacles. Look back on what you have achieved and set new goals. Okay? So this is probably work, because this person they're cultivating here. They're working, they're taking a break because they've obviously been cultivating this. So, you don't know your own strength, and you don't know look how large this bush is. It's almost as tall as he is. So this bush is almost 6 feet tall, probably, I would guess. He looks like a tall chap. fella. I think that you don't know your strength. I don't think you know your power. You are the Empress, okay? You have strength. Look at how much you can cultivate. So I don't know what it is that you're having a hard time with. That's not my business. But it probably does have something to do with financial gain or financial problems or work. But when you walk up in there, or when you face whatever it is that you're having problems with, I'd like for you to remember, number one, all the hands and the twos and the couples. Don't forget that they're there to help you, okay? And don't forget your strength. And don't forget, most importantly, don't forget that you are the Empress. You are strong. You are beautiful. You are successful. Don't forget that, okay? And I'm going to draw one more card. I love these cards because they fly out. And the Five of Swords. Sometimes the price of victory, sometimes the victory is not worth the price. So maybe that's what's causing the stagnation that you're sitting around worrying about, is you're trying, maybe I don't know, maybe you're trying to bite off more than you can chew. Maybe you're trying to do something that's very difficult. And that's okay, because you are the Empress and you are strong. But don't forget that sometimes, if they're talking about new energy here. So I think you're probably stuck in something, like you're trying to grind something out that it just isn't working. And they want you to know that it's time for a new energy. It's time to move on, because whatever you're doing, it's not worth the price. It's not worth the price that you're paying. So I hope that was helpful to you. Just remember that you are the Empress, okay? And you are amazing. So I hope that was helpful to you in this issue that you're having. If you liked this reading and it was helpful to you, I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe, and maybe even leave me a comment. So I wish you the best with this. Just remember, it's not worth the price that you're paying. All the pain that you're going through, it's not worth the price that you're paying, okay? And I wish you the best, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you for being here. So you have chosen the Seer card and this cute little owl. Little gems. I'm gonna stick him in here. And then we're gonna move the Seer card over. First, I want you to see it. She's got a lot going on. And I'm not a super fan of the owl robe she's got here. Many owls obviously died for that. But she is a shaman. So she has some kind of like second sight. She can see things. She's got her eyes closed. She doesn't have her eyes closed like she's blinded to something. She has her eyes closed like she is deep in contemplation. So let's move her over here, and then we will get started and figure out what it is that Spirit wants you to know today. I'm going to first draw an oracle card, and it is the Nectar. Look at this hand. Look at the hands. They're almost identical. If I went like this, look. So Spirit is reaching out to you. They want you to know something. Let's put her down here. And it's almost like they're making an offering. They're making an offering of this flower. Maybe this necklace. But it does feel like, to me, it feels like they're making an offering to you. So that's interesting. So let's get some cards. These are some special cards that I got off of eBay. No, Etsy. And they're special because they have writing around the outside that gives you a whole lot of detail about the card. And I just love them, and they're super slicky, so they're easy to shuffle. But this one was like upside down, which I'm not sure how that happened. So we're gonna say this is your very first card, which is the Five of Wands. And it says, learn to take life as it comes, both positive and negative. Okay. There's message number one. Not sure yet what this has to do with the seer or the offer, but we will continue to take some cards. All right. And go with that. All right, Spirit. Please be with me as I give this message to our viewer. So you have the Seven of Cups. Step back from everything to gain perspective. You have another seven. You have the Seven of Swords. Guard against deceit and concealment. You have the Magician. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Wands. You have the Three of Swords. And then the last card, I love this. This is the very last card, which is all your dreams are coming true. What a fantastic last card. You know what? I'm going to put that right here. Because that is, as we go through this, don't forget, that was the very last card. All your dreams are coming true. Okay? So the first thing I'm noticing, actually the second thing I'm noticing, the first thing that I'm noticing is the conflict. You've got conflict here. You've got all these wands, which usually it's a card of action, to take action. They're all coming in. But in this case, I feel like they're linked. And I think it's another conflict. And then you have the Three of Swords, which is a harsh truth. So there is conflict here. And then you have the Seven of Swords, which is someone like sneaking around. Guard against deceit and concealment. It's a card of betrayal, trickery, dishonesty. So that's actually the first thing I noticed. The second thing I notice is you have offers here next to this. I think this is showing an offering, and then here's another offering. So these, you're definitely getting some kind of offer. But this offer comes with conflict and deceit. And you can overcome it. See, this is something that you really want, whatever this is. If this is something you really want, the fact that you have the Magician and the Seer, you can do this. You've got it from the front and you've got it from the back. So here's your Magician card here. So you've got, you're protected, okay, by something on the other side. She's a seer, he's a magician. You are protected, okay? So whatever this is that you're in conflict about, at the end of the day, you are protected, and you would be okay. Okay, I think this is what this is telling you. But you just need to be aware. You just need to be aware that this, it's not perfect. Okay? There is some negativity to it. There is a downside. But there's a downside with everything. So I think this is really it's just indicative of life. If you're ready to take this new, it says it's time to take action on your idea. So if you're ready to take action on this, whatever it is that you're thinking about or you're going through right now, that someone is making you some offer, okay, just remember that it's not going to be perfect. And there will be a downside. But you are protected, okay? And at the end of the day, all your dreams are going to come true, okay? So don't forget. So I'm almost thinking that you're not meant to. There is a part of me that says, you're not supposed to take this offer because there is so much conflict. But because of these two cards and the Star card, I think it's just saying you need to protect yourself a bit. You need to look at it from the perspective of nothing is perfect. You're never going to find the perfect whatever it is, okay? So let's get some more information. I would love to know, are we talking about a love engagement, or are we talking about something in work, or let's see. So Spirit, would you please give maybe some guidance on this? The sitter, no, the viewer knows, but let's maybe you can give me some more guidance. This says, believe in your personal power. So they don't want you to forget this is power. And so here you have another card of power. So you got a lot of power in here. So despite this conflict and the sneakiness, you have a lot of power, which is how you're going to end up with the star card, okay? Because just don't forget that you have a lot of power. The Chariot. So here's another card of fast movement, okay? Both these cards indicate fast movement. So whatever this is, it's coming at you, and it's coming in hot. It is coming in hot. The Wands is a fire sign. So it is definitely coming in hot, okay? Can we get some clarity on what kind of... All right. Got the Tower. Yeah. I think that this says always expect the unexpected. So you are, whatever is going on here, you are not expecting it to play out this way. Okay? And I just have to laugh because we have the 7 of Wands here. And here's this person again facing a challenge, facing people. People are trying to stab him and he's standing on top of them. And with the Tower card. So man, whatever it is that's coming in hot, it's difficult. It's not 9 of Swords difficult, but it's okay. Sorry about that. What I was saying is that you are going through a lot and you are overcoming these challenges though. And they do seem to probably be family related. I don't think it's a relationship. It could be for some of you since you have a heart here, but I don't see any indication of a work situation. I think this is probably a family situation. And I'm so sorry. I just realized that this star card, this lady is naked. So sorry about that. I'm still learning to look at that stuff. So let me cover that up. I'm so sorry. Please don't report me. I'm still learning here. So anyway, I think that what Spirit wants you to know, let's recap. So what Spirit wants you to know is there is an offer to you of some type. It's not the best offer in the world. It is happening pretty quickly, but you do have a lot of power and you will overcome this. You do have spirits and people protecting you. I don't Potentially, the only card I see in here that maybe indicates that you should not take the offer is this Tower card, but that's the only one. So to me, whatever this new energy is that they think you should move into, or this new offer, I think because your final card is the Star card. I think it's good. I think it's okay. I think you just need to remember that it's not going to be perfect. And don't forget that you have a lot of power and that you will overcome at the end of the day. Okay? So I hope that was helpful to you. If you liked that, please like and subscribe and maybe even leave me a comment. And I'm so glad that you were here. I'm sorry. It's late and my words aren't flowing perfectly, but I'm so glad you're here and I hope that this works out for you. Don't forget that you are strong and that you have power, and at the end of the day, all your dreams are going to come true on this situation, okay? So take good care of yourself, be kind to yourself and others, and have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. You are here to find out what Spirit wants you to know, and I would love to give you that information. So let's get started on the reading. First of all, you have the egg card, the egg charm, which I thought was very cute and funny. So I'm going to put that over there. And then you have the forest lovers. I love how their hands are wrapped. They are definitely joining together in something. So it doesn't have to be a love reading, although it very much could be. but it could be any kind of situation where you're joining up with somebody. So let's pick a card from the Archetype Wild Unknown Archetype deck. And we have the Unseen. So most likely there is something about the situation you are not seeing, but let's definitely get some more information. Let's pull some tarot cards from this cool tarot deck I have. I will list it in the description below. It is a deck that I got. This woman made special on Etsy. It has a lot of information outside of the regular Rider Waite. You'll see when I pull them. I just love them, and they're really super slick, so they're easy to mix, and it's a really nice deck if you're just starting out in reading tarot. I've had it for a long time, but I just really like it, so I will post it below if you're interested. All right, so let's see. The first card is the Knight of Wands. Now is a good time to do what you want to do. So looks like what you want to do is join up with somebody, become one, almost. That's what came to me. Okay, so we've got the Moon card, and that's interesting that the Moon card is landing right next to the Unseen, because the Moon card is, it says be careful of seeing things that are not there, or it's like a card of the unseen. There are things that you do not see, or seeing things that are not there, vice versa. So there is, in this case, there is something you're not seeing, okay? So we have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Hard at work. Somebody is hard at work. We have the Queen. I'm going to put that here. We have the Queen of Swords. And this is saying that the Queen of Swords is a clear communicator. Okay. And then I'm going to put this up here with this other Pentacles, which is the Six of Pentacles. So the first thing I'm struck by is positivity. And pile number 3, there's a lot of positivity here. You have the Lovers, of course, okay? And then you have these two cards of positivity. You have this person working hard, making a life for themselves, stacking up their money, so much so that they're able to give, okay? To give some away, sharing their money. Two of Wands, looking out, believing in themselves, being bold, okay, stepping out into their power. And then you have these two cards. They're both, he's holding a wand, but still, they're both powerful, right? This is a man and a woman who are both powerful, who both holding, one's holding a wand, one is holding a sword. The Queen of Swords is like, to me, they're fierce, they're complex, okay? This says they're clear communicators. The Knight is a younger energy, but still, I think in this deck, it's just indicative of man, woman, okay? So there is like a positive join up here, okay? And it's even a 3 and a 4, so they like flow together, okay? And these people obviously flow together. And then these cards like flow together, right? Making money, giving to the poor, right? So the only thing I'm unsure of is what is going on here. What is it you're not seeing? What remains to be unseen? So let's get some more clarity around that, if you would, Spirit. What is it that remains to be unseen in this situation? The One of Swords, another Knight, the Knight of Cups, and the Emperor. Look at this bottom row. Holding a wand, holding a sword, holding a cup, holding a sword, or like a wand here. This is not going to pertain to everybody, but I think what you're not seeing is, I think this is probably a love reading. Okay, I think this is actually a love reading this time. It's about building a relationship, building a life together, making eggs for breakfast. um, but you have all of this. It's almost like these are all your in-laws here. And there's a lot of them. And they all have something to say. Okay. Maybe they all have something to give. They're all holding, maybe that's what it is. They all have something to give. Maybe some of you are getting married and you're going to get a lot of gifts. Okay. So that's very specific to only a few people. But I do think, because there is nothing negative about this at all. This is a very positive deck. I think that, or a positive pile. I think that the only thing that's unseen is this situation here. I think it could be in-laws, but I think for generally speaking, if you look, you have two knights, right? They go together. And then you have a queen and an emperor, and the emperor's male energy. So you have lots of stuff here going on where it's like symbiotic. I think, and it's this one said, normally I would say there's something you're not seeing, but in this one it says be careful of seeing things that are not there. So maybe you think that there's something going on. You think that there's something there. Maybe you're trying to decide if you should marry this person or just be in a relationship with this person or just become a partner with this person. And you maybe maybe you have trust issues and you think that there's something there that's sneaking around or something. But I don't see anything like that. I see nothing but positive energy here. I see new sword energy here. Look at this, 3 4, 3 4. Okay, and then this new energy in the center. Yeah, so I'm going to call this deck, this pile, I'm sorry, I am calling the happy pile. That's what I'm calling it. Because all I see is a life built together, maybe some annoying in-laws, maybe, as we all have that are married. Although honestly, I like my in-laws, but a lot of us have annoying in-laws. But yeah, I think that it's all good. I don't think there's nothing you're worried about something. I don't see it. Okay? I see nothing but positivity here. And I'm going to end it there. Okay? I'm going to end it on a positive note. So, I hope this was helpful to you. So, thank you so much for spending time with me. If you found value in this, I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and maybe leave me a comment. That really helps the algorithm to find my videos and push them out more. So take good care of yourself, be kind to yourself and others, and I wish you the best of luck with this situation. It doesn't seem like you need it, okay? And have a fantastic day. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.